Let's get ready to rumble! Daniel Jacob Canelo Álvarez. Ready? Let's go. The most magnetic matchup of So too Triple G for this latest installment.
He's got a job to do and he knows how to do it.
Canelo.
Look how solid he looks, walking forward, putting Jacobs on his back foot straight away. He just walks forward.
Pay dividend down the stretch, especially if Jacobs has been struggling. Last, and he's tried the body early. So too Jacobs there with
finishing with a left hook. Did it slip through? I'm not sure, but the jab he's landed, and this work now where he's getting himself in range to put it together.
Journey in Guadalajara and where he's come. The observers felt Jacobs was hard done by that night.
Mentally and certainly not physically in the fight with his last couple.
Jab to the body from Álvarez.
Just constantly got Jacobs on his back foot.
Felt it slightly in an uppercut as well through the middle. With a combination, his family and supporters are along.
The mistake, Jacobs, you can just see that Canelo, that right hook that just whizzed over the top.
Intriguing as we felt it would be. Look at that from Álvarez. The lovely jab. Nick team. And such a strong one. The first round, Carl.
There was absolutely nothing in it, but I like the couple of jabs he landed. I think
Jacobs is firing. His upper body movement's been very, very good. He's been throwing the left hook and sort of dropping that left hook downwards.
Oh! And it's the electric pace of Álvarez who looks tight.
That Canelo is just bigger and stronger.
Hands there. Nice burst. He's a late mark under that right eye for the New Yorker that we expected. Jacobs out of range there at the end, and that one straying low. Guided by Eddie Hearn at Matchroom. Knee brace on the left knee. Had surgery on the right knee. And he just felt he needed that.
Rubber put to his chin, ready for Álvarez's left hook.
Terrific movement from Álvarez, who comes springing back at light.
There's an argument that is correct, a correct statement. I mean, Canelo, 28 years old, Jacobs.
Round the back of the head. Canelo again links in with the left hook.
But just ever so slightly.
Listen to the vociferous crowd as well.
To land, little counter, that left-hander sneaky shot.
You don't see Jacobs.
But his upper torso movement is becoming much more improved.
Yeah, exactly. On cue, just what you said. Álvarez is away and his defense has improved.
It was great from Álvarez. He's just slipping and sliding and making...
And that's expending energy, isn't it? Álvarez and Jacobs.
Canelo, I think he's on fire. I think he's boxing a perfect fight.
Way back in 2005, 3 months after his James Kirkland, Cotto, Amir Khan, of course, Golovkin a couple of times, Liam.
Yeah, the experience when you go through the names, that boxing ability that he's got, he's not able to really get it going because the head movement just slipping and sliding.
Coming off those 3 victories over Luis Arias, Maciej Zalewski, Sergei Fletcher in New York many years ago. Álvarez again with a
pin because he knows if one of them shots lands, it's going to be devastating. And Jacobs is certainly in control, looking solid. The jab sharp when he throws it. Jacobs just seems...
And that's what Álvarez wants to be remembered at. Slightly low from Jacobs. He's trying desperately hard to get something going. Right now from Álvarez. Last word. Division. He wants Demetrius Andrade as well. Gennady Golovkin to win the day here in the battle. Standing neither hurt really so far. So
but Canelo in charge, but he's not dominating. Jacobs, Canelo is going to be in front of him all night. If he doesn't meet him as he comes to throw combos, could have
diligently for both styles here, Álvarez, Dave.
Because it's one-way traffic right now, and all you can see is as Jacobs starts slowing down.
And the right to the body as well, attempting to ring and move.
Stop, go. There you go. Turn around.
But Canelo's so clever with a counter. Such a tough task.
with the rapid-fire counters. It's better from Jacobs, this. It was an improvement in the 6th round from Daniel Jacobs. Second half, a lot of Brits have travelled over just to be here. It's a classic encounter, but he needs some success from somewhere.
Yeah, he's getting backed up and pushed around now by Canelo as he lands throughout the duration of his first half of the fight, other than the jab. But
the one shot he's been landing a lot that's very underrated is the straight right hand to the body. You know, he's taking a lot out of Jacobs here.
Particularly, has been mightily impressive. Here comes Jacobs, though, trying to rip it up and change things.
If that means throwing 5 or 6 punches around the body, arms and head, and just lands
his deploy from Jacobs. You know, he's rode out the rough patches in the first half of the fight, and maybe he'll be looking to
implement that. And if Canelo does slow down, we'll wait to see. But
let's have a fight, and he fancies it. Everything for you.
I like the double jab he landed. I like the little combination. It's just so good.
Trying to apply the pressure. Good counter from
landing, but
the defense from Alvarez. Excellent, though. And back he comes. And here
in front of Canelo. You can't stand there and be ponderous. You have to be concentrating and looking at every counter. And Canelo was able to get it now back and forth between both men. Jacobs for the first time able to push Canelo back, meet him in the middle. And
more volume, more energy from Daniel Jacobs. Is this what the plan was? To boxing from the southpaw stance again. Jacobs always.
And they're trying to implement a game plan, listen to the corner, and they can feel any kind of... So Jacobs needs to get himself back into this fight.
Lovely left hand from Jacobs. Certainly had a fluidity that he had in the earlier rounds.
They've stood in, you can hear the shots when they land. Nice little cheeky.
Extends his jab, Alvarez. And we felt that Jacobs would do more of that.
If he's going to build on the bit of success he's had in the last couple of rounds, he needs to press it home, but good work.
Not a thing apart from that one, which is a lovely left hand, which found her. But this is far from done. An uppercut from Jacobs too.
He's not throwing it out as much, he's not throwing it sharp, and he's allowing...
Not been much of that this evening, but we're seeing it more often as this fight draws on.
And a body shot at the end of another round. You'd love to have a sneaky look, wouldn't you, Dave?
I would, yeah, because you know what? I've given him the last 3 rounds.
A fantastic duel. The part of the Mexican colour, Cinco de Mayo. And
yeah, really was solid, backing up Jacobs. Combination. And if this carries on,
body shot, and a lovely combination there from Jacobs. Jacobs getting his jab going. Alvarez looking for the big left hand. 2.5 rounds.
Well, he's able to sit in range now in front of Canelo without worrying about what's hurting him or hitting him. Put a combination to answer because Jacobs is firing back.
Alvarez falls.
He knows he's had some success in that last round as well. This is closing up this gap. This fight's getting more and more interesting.
Suddenly looks more mobile and more powerful. Well, they both do, don't they?
Yeah, I think they both know how serious this is, and they're both...
Okay, now listen to me, be careful.
With such a packed card, a mega match can be made, I'm sure. Fighting each other. You've got Jacobs.
He needs to, he needs to get going on a build on
behind the jab. A cluster from Jacobs, but not really getting through. Eddie Hearn.
Whether that's fair or not is close, subjective. But Jacobs to make sure.
From Alvarez, who's picked himself back up in the 11th. Here comes Jacobs again, but...
And now he's having a look, he's closing that distance. He needs to start working now, but Canelo,
Jacobs still pressing forward. Some block there. Will this be catching the eye of the judges?
It was too quiet. He needs to get a grip of the fight and really go for it.
I think he did that on purpose, but it can be dangerous.
Alvarez here, when Jacobs seemed to be gathering momentum. Very tight. Jacobs believes he won that one. Canelo Alvarez, a big favorite beforehand.
I want you to focus. How was that last round?
Regresa rápido si vas a combinar, combinas y regresa rápido tu guardia, ¿ok?
Final round! As expected, and here we go into the 12th and final round of the fight. Jacobs back. Alvarez showing the good chin. A slip there from Jacobs.
Yeah.
One man more Marquez, he's got it very close. I think, you know, that's the general feeling, Carl.
That is at present. And there's been draws and tight decisions and arguable decisions between all three of them.
Back to orthodox, backing up Álvarez. And Golovkin, like with Golovkin and Jacobs, they could do this all over again, these two.
I like the work he's putting in.
I agree with that, but the work rate
that's come back in the latter part of this fight that was there for the first half. You know, they're both going to embrace, they're both going to celebrate. Last few seconds, what's the reaction going to be from the Jacobs up on the other side? Both believe from the Jacobs camp about them, all the Canelos. A lot of those clean shots did get through from Álvarez, especially with the jab.
I did say I worry about Canelo because he always seems to tire as we go on in the round. And again, today, he's...
But, you know, if you've got to pick a winner, I think you've got to go with Canelo.
Dave Moretti and Steve Weisfeld both have it 115, 113. Canelo!